You're listening to The Monks. You're here with The Monks. I'm Josh.
I'm Heather.
And thank you very much for being here. Oh, yeah.
Official.
We thank you. Man, San Francisco is nuts whenever it is sunny. It is awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, this place is sizzling with life.
This is the first time I walked on the beach and I was not freezing.
It was genuinely nice.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. The city is alive.
Yeah, it was just blue sky, cloud. Mm-hmm. You know, it just looked awesome.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is, I'm noticing buildings I haven't noticed in that way before. It was sick.
We were wandering around Berkeley, got a scoop of ice cream, wandering with our ice cream, and saw this guy dining outside with his friends at a restaurant. Had a full half-gallon of milk stunk on the table, about this much already drank. So he's just drinking out of this half-gallon milk. It's hot. It's like 90 degrees.
Yeah, it was a weird move.
Yeah.
We're dining out. Right? I just, like his friends are like, oh, we're doing this. We're doing that. I can't listen to this guy talk about protein intake or, bone density. He's in his 20s. Your bones are dense.
Yeah.
Who's drinking milk? Babies and old people, right?
What's he like taking a lead pipe and going, watch this?
Yeah. You're trying to Wolverine through whole milk? I don't think it works that way. I don't
even think that much milk is healthy for you to drink.
No.
That feels
90. I feel like no doctor's like, and of course drink a half gallon of milk, and if possible, full sun 90 degrees would be perfect. It's almost like curdling in him.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm getting ill. I'm getting real ill.
There was at the table next to them, there was a tiny, tiny baby, and it was only drinking like 2 ounces of milk.
Right. Sometimes you just see stuff and you go,
Things that make you go,
One of the recurring memories I have is I would early morning hear my dad like getting ready for work, and it'd be one fart when he started his coffee, just the patented fart. That's probably what him bopping down the hall probably rustled me awake, and then that fart. Like it's summertime, I'm up like watching stuff, but I'm gonna cut it down so he doesn't know I'm awake type of thing. Hear that fart, just kind of that rumbling that we all have. We're like, all right, we're getting it going.
Yeah.
And he did instant coffee, and I would leave this guy. It's a joke actually, because he would just be like, just please leave me enough milk for my coffee, because I'm gonna go pre-dawn to make sure to make money so that we all get to live indoors and eat warm food. And I'm like, gotcha. And I would take it to the limit with my knockoff Captain Crunch. I'd empty that thing out. There'd be like a remnant, and it's like I'm cutting cocaine in a Michael Mann movie. I'm just like, I'm taking the milk, I'm putting a little bit of tap in there, I'm shaking it, I'm trying to get it off. I'm like, get all the residue off the,
get to the bottom.
And then I just hear him go, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. And now I think about it, because the other day I made a thing. I've thought about this a lot. Some of the things you when you're a kid, and then when you're an adult, you're like, because I think about stuff that like I just be at the door like ready, like we going. You remember you said catch, and he's like, maybe not today. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna make that. That was my trauma. I had a broken promise journal that now I think back and I go, I read that to him. I said, you said that we'd play catch. We played no catch. You said you'd take me to learn how to drive. I don't know how to drive. I am 11. And he was like, okay, that seems a little
extreme.
I don't know that we need to keep a broken promise journal. I have played a lot of catch with you. Is that true? Do you write those down? I go, no, just the broken promises.
Just the days
No promises fulfilled journal? No. But the other day I made coffee, and the creamer had gone bad. And it made me, I don't want to say furious, but I was pretty furious. Because I had I was like, can't go. There's no store right now. Like it's again, because we have to get up so friggin' early for work, that there's no store. There's no nothing. I'm out here in no man's land. I got no, and I just thought of it when I was drinking my black coffee.
You still drank it, huh?
Had to.
I didn't have coffee that day.
No. Yeah. I don't think you care about coffee in the same way I do. I gotta have a little bit. I'm not one of these people like, don't talk to me till I have my coffee people, but I am like, I'd like to have some coffee.
Okay.
You think I am? Oh, I think I'd jump out of bed. I'm a joy to be around right away.
Okay.
You really think so?
No, I don't think you're bad. I don't think you're that crabby in the morning.
I try not to be.
No.
When you get to wake up like we've been doing on vacation.
Vacation. It's a 3-day weekend. It's not.
I'm calling it a vacation.
I don't consider that vacation.
That's
I go
a vacation.
bare minimum.
Guys, our initial starting bid for the 40-hour work week was like, they were like, we have children in factories losing fingers.
Yeah.
And we were like, hey, can we have weekends off and maybe get them kids out of the factories? I think we could go back.
Yeah, we could probably gather together. Demand, toss some stuff on the table. Like, there are 7 days. We give you 5.
Yeah.
We only get 2. Could we have some more?
Right. Doesn't it feel, because the balance would still be in your favor if we went 4-3. But it absolutely feels 1,000% different to have an extra day off. The higher up that food chain you are, you got free time for days. I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos is able to kind of kick it if he wants to.
Yeah. I don't think he bought a super yacht to not go on it.
Right. Yeah. And I know he's like, I brought my laptop.
Come on, orcas.
Yeah, they'll do it. Teen boy orcas will strike those people down.
I'm team teen boy orcas.
All day. Yeah. I love that. I love, too, that it's so specific. They go, it's teen boys. They're roughhousing.
Yeah.
They just want to see what they can do, right?
They just want to see what size boats they can sink. Yeah. I love it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
We went to the outlet malls this weekend. So our area is 65 degrees?
Recently the hottest we've hit, 71.
71. Yeah. We drive over to the outlets, 105.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
I was red-faced as soon as I opened the car door. Yeah. I was like,
it was brutal. And it was not in any way not busy. You know what I mean? Like, none of us. And here's the thing. We're just there with the rest of the Simps. Going like, I gotta go to H&M. I gotta get to H&M. I gotta go to Banana Republic. We were right there bumping along with them. I was like, what are we getting here? I'm convinced, too, that outlets, like, if you check our prices, we just drove an hour to pay the exact same amount.
Yeah.
For last season.
Yep.
105.
I was absolutely Julie's catting. I was like...
Yes.
In front of the air in the car.
Yeah, Julie's cat is a shorthand for us and one of our friends, Veronica, who ate at a diner and had this waitress named Julie, and it happened to be a heat wave in LA. And
it was 124. I took a picture. It was 6 p.m., 124 degrees.
That's crazy.
I still have that photo on my phone.
That's got to be the hottest time it was ever while we lived in LA by a mile. Especially 6 p.m. Like to be
We had Julie as a waitress often. It wasn't like we just had her one time.
I want to say this may have been the first interaction.
It could have been the first, yeah.
Because she absolutely smoked me during that whole thing, because that's where she goes, hey, so I'm going to take your order. I'm going to write down what food you guys want. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to give that to the cook. And then I'll be bringing that back out. And then she left and I was just like, did she just explain waiting table stuff? Like, it was like an introduction to society. I was like, oh, no, I got it. I was like,
okay.
Like the advent of a waitress, like, they're like, and then they go and take it. And then they'll bring that food to you. And then she came by and offered every condiment individually.
Yes.
Did you guys want ketchup?
Then she would leave.
Come back.
Mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
You guys want mayonnaise?
I go everybody. And I remember thinking everybody would have said mustard.
Mayonnaise.
Everybody would have said mustard next. It's ketchup co-starring mustard every time. She came by also, and this is not a knock, but she came by, I want to say every 15 seconds to see if we needed more drink. And I was like, I don't drink that
she
fast.
kept on just giving tiny bits of water. I forgot.
She was also
it was hot,
She was taking sodas like that only had this much missing over to the fountain, like pulling like taking it out of rotation to be like tick. And then bringing it back.
I forgot.
And it was and that's how we hear the cat story, because she's around so much. She goes, boy, 126. My cat is at home, and I turned on that little window unit, and he's just in front of that air conditioner. And she did that bit 8 times at minimum.
But she would do it so she
would really jostle. And there was a thing about Julie.
There was a bit of a thing.
And she was not what I would call a fan of a brassiere. At least on a 126-degree day working a shift at the diner. She was out there. She was untethered.
She was swinging them.
And she's swinging them. That's the thing. It's not, I don't feel like I'm being crude. I mean, you couldn't have a woman not wear a bra and do more things to move breast tissue than what Julie was doing. She's really, and my cat's every act out is just arms out, Macarena style, doing the Bernie.
I mean, these things are knocking ketchup and drinks over. Just boom, boom, boom. That's why she had to bring in so many drinks.
Sorry. But she was a delight. And we did have her probably 20 times over the years. And she was always... Actually, she was a fantastic waitress. And she was always somebody who would put a smile on your face. So
absolutely. I mean, awesome. Too much of a smile. At one point, I was like, should I lay down so I can laugh?
She killed you. Yeah, she absolutely killed you. I think it was the first Julie's cat. Or the first cat act out. Just smoked you.
Yeah.
I want to say she was almost like giving suggestions like, and fries may be a good vehicle for ketchup. I'm like, okay. Like she was like the first Heinz executive. Like you put it on potato. You could do it on a burger. Like, you know, because somebody sold us on that. I think there was a time where we probably weren't putting ketchup on just everything.
Yeah. I don't put ketchup really on much.
You know what was a real blasphemy in the ketchup game? They had that ketchup that was like green and purple. I couldn't get it. I couldn't do the visual. I couldn't do it.
Gross.
I remember I used to put ketchup on scrambled eggs, which now I just don't do. And that was always what my mom would do. She was like, oh, God. Ugh. So my sister made scrambled eggs, and I put that ketchup on because that's all they had. And I couldn't eat it. I couldn't get past the green.
If you put it on eggs and it was the green, and then you put some ham down, that's a pretty fun.
Right there. Yeah. Who's this for?
Kids.
I guess kids are just gross, man.
Kids are gross.
They love it. She loved it. She loved the crap. She'd eat it. Green, no problem.
I feel like that was the real big boom of weird food, stuff for kids, things that are very, very unhealthy. But, you know, here's Oreo cookie cereal. You remember those? Yeah.
Man, I was a cereal fiend. I was looking for new cereals to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to wait a little longer. It's like I had to wait for the bootlegs to come out. Like all my buddies are eating like the real, like comes out of the box. I was like, I got to wait until this hits bags.
Yeah.
Once it hits bags, it's on, baby. Like, and they eventually will get it. It's like waiting for a knockoff electronic. I'm like, they'll get it.
Yeah.
Like they will get it. That was my go-to. Never really liked my mom's cooking much. And they just weren't, they just weren't going to like hold my feet to the fire. They weren't like, you got to take 3 bites or you can't leave the table type people. So a lot of times I'd be able to negotiate down to like, can I just have cereal?
My family was a clean plate club family.
Perfect.
Yeah. Like it.
Yeah. Well, you know, they grew up
if you put it on
the
there, you got to eat it.
They grew up during the Dust Bowl and the Depression era, right? They go, no, we didn't.
But
I think a lot of people.
My grandma did, so I think that's probably where my grandmother was a huge food pusher.
Yeah.
I mean, even I made a video for her 100th birthday for her compilation of like lots of people saying happy birthday and stuff. Yeah. And the story that we told on her video was every time you would go to her house, she had this ice cream in the back of her freezer. Yeah. It was freezer burned. She wanted you to eat it. She needed you to eat it. Yeah. You were going to have a scoop of that ice cream.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was
food pusher.
And I was always like, how is this so freezer burnt? Because she's doing this to everybody. How are we not through this at least, like to a fresh batch of it or something? But yeah, it makes sense. It's like if you didn't have a thing, then of course you want to show love by giving people that thing that you probably fiend for. Because I saw a story recently, I forget who it was a celebrity or an athlete, and they were talking about how poor they were growing up. And they said, at night, because I hadn't eaten all day, I would just pour sugar into water, stir it up and drink it just so I wouldn't be able to sleep because my stomach wouldn't growl so bad. And I said, and I bet that person, if they have kids or family or whatever, now that they've made money for themselves, I bet that's a huge thing that they love offering to people is just like, you're good. You ain't ever going to have to. Because that's one thing, like I always joke around and say like, I was poor growing up. But I do always say like the way I describe it is every need was taken care of. Every want you weren't going to get. Like you weren't going to get a lot of wants, but you were going to, like there was never an issue like we're not going to eat.
Yeah,
we're not going to live
scarcity.
Indoors. Not at all. Like even, still, but I think about some of the kids I grew up with and I was like, they may have had more issue with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's, that's rough, man. That's not, I don't know. That should be a given. The baseline. That's like whenever I see the people that are like fighting, giving kids lunch at school or breakfast at school. And I go, what?
I think that should be absolutely part of school.
Yeah.
Getting food. Ugh.
It's such a given too, because I know the grouchy weirdos who are fighting that. Think about who would actually fight that.
I can't imagine. I cannot in my head picture someone that would do that.
But you know that there are.
I do.
I guarantee those are the same people who are chewing somebody at a Howard Johnson about not having the breakfast that was promised on the website. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh, that upset you? Mm-hmm. That upset you that you didn't get the breakfast you thought you'd get? Now imagine you're a child and you don't get to have breakfast. Mm-hmm. Ever. It's crazy. There are things that people fight that I go, I just want you to know you're a monster to me. Mm-hmm. You know, every once in a while people just tell me, like, say stuff, and I just go, oh, I've just lost all respect for you. Like, okay, mm-hmm. cool.
My mom is notorious for, when you're visiting, she will have every snack you've ever said you loved ready and waiting for you to get there. And you go, I told you I can't eat this anymore.
It's both good and bad.
I ate it all. Thank you, though.
I think like, with your mom, when she gets the snacks, I tend to be able to have a little nibble and move on.
I cannot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think once it hits triple digit, whether it is, I still go desert heat is still a superior heat to deal with, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Than 100 plus degrees of humid heat. Yes. Because you're just sweating out so much at that point that it really starts to be like, this is really a problem, actually. In the desert, we were, you get a little, up here when we were bopping around and it's 105, but you're not like sweating. Mm-hmm. But it does feel like it wraps you in a weird way, like an oven.
Yeah, it really does. Sometimes it makes my brain feel like it's like it's cooking.
It feels like alien almost. It feels pressurized. It's so hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When we went to Vegas one time and it was so hot outside and so cold in every casino that the walking in and out of the heat, into the cold, I got so sick.
Yeah. Vegas has actually got something going for it that most places don't. Mm-hmm. It's all walks of life.
What we haven't tried in Vegas, which I do think we would like, is shows and dinners. Yeah. Food. I think we didn't go thinking of those two things, and we just saw all, alcohol and gambling. And it's not like that's not our bag. We just don't enjoy it.
If the scene is people wearing yards around their neck, it ain't our bag. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
We just prefer a chiller environment.
Yeah. Even though I'm not a wine drinker, I want like a wine bar type of atmosphere. Mm-hmm. I like when I hear about these like Japanese listening bars, I go, yeah, that sounds like right up my alley. Like, except for the drinking. Yes. It's like, let me have a non-alcoholic. Like, I don't want to try the whiskey. I just want to listen to the records and just chill out.
Yeah. Just give me some water.
Give me some water. Maybe if you have a slice of cake.
Actually, you know what? Now I'm kind of thinking I just want to be at home when I'm thinking about the description in my head where I'm like, let me kind of lay down. Yeah. Let me wear my pajamas.
That's why I'm such a homebody, because at the end of the day, I go, oh, it's even better than that. Mm-hmm. Like if we had, say, a deck with a view, I don't think we'd leave our home.
Never.
Or if we had a pool again. When we rented a house that had a pool, we just pooled. Mm-hmm. That was like every weekend. I was like, no, it's not really going to get better than listening to the music I want to listen to and the sun getting hot and then taking a dip in a pool.
Yeah. You know what really killed that pool was those fires. Remember that fire got started because they had a baby reveal party and they shot off something and it caught the mountain by our house on fire. Yeah. And it blacked out the sun for a week. And the pool just, got so cold, and there was just like no getting it hot again.
Yeah, people get so hyped on baby reveals. I've never understood. I'm like, it's like an A or B. You know what I mean? It's like not. I'm like, okay. There's not like a third option that you're like, whoa.
It's like, it's doesn't have a penis or doesn't have a vagina. Who cares?
I'm on the outside looking in. I fully acknowledge that. But instantly when they became a thing, it really struck me as so weird to just everybody get together to have a party to be like, yeah, we're talking about which sexual organ a baby may have.
Yeah. You know what it needs? It just needs a pivot. It's a thing that you can focus on and you're excited to find out about your baby. Yeah. You just got to like pivot that to a different thing about your baby you're excited to find out. How about like what kind of personality it's going to eventually have?
Well, it's harder to have a reveal of that. They go, really, we'll reveal that when the person is 50 years old. For those of you who are still alive. Now they really know themselves. They've come into their own. And now they can do that.
I know. I felt so passionate when I was saying it. I was like, I really don't have anything to go for them to pivot to.
The thing is, I'm not even, it's one of those things where I go, just because I think it's weird doesn't mean it shouldn't be a thing. It just has always struck me as a weird thing. Now, where it gets super weird is like you'll see the videos of a dad who's just couldn't be more beside himself that he's having a daughter. Mm-hmm. And I go, I've never seen somebody who has a 50-50 shot at a thing react more poorly. I go, so you didn't even go, okay, Bob, there is a good chance, half, in fact, this isn't going to be a son. This isn't going to be a boy. Just imagine for a second if it's pink. What are we going to do out there?
Mm-hmm. Everyone's watching.
I'm in the mirror.
Everyone's watching.
Everybody's around me.
Mm-hmm.
Half of the people here are the gender you're hoping it's not. These are the things you want to think about.
Probably more than half at this gender reveal party.
Potentially more than half the people, Bob. It's going to be people who have that gender. All right, they're going to be around, and they're probably sitting there thinking they're worth something. You know, they're probably out here thinking they're a person, that they are equal to a man. You know, okay, bang, it's a girl. No, sorry, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're working it out in a mirror. Okay, that was not great. Sorry. All right, who do you love? Come on, what do guys always have to do? Who do I love? My mom. My mom's a woman. Okay, I have weird feelings there. I don't know. It could be why I want it to be a boy. Can I teach a girl to throw a ball? These are the questions I have.
What about the person that's...
Oh, right. Oh, God. The person I love is a woman. Okay. Oh, there's value there. She brings light to my life. She can carry this baby. You know, they do things that men can't. Society couldn't run without them. They have empathy that is stronger than men by large. Okay, all right, okay. Bang, it's a girl. No! Come on, Bob! Please, get it together. We've established it's 70-30 women to men at these things. Just when it's pink, be like, let's just do one where you're neutral. Bang, it's gonna be pink. You don't say yeah, you don't say no, you just go cold. Classic, right? Like your dad would do. Just cold. Bang! No! Dang it! Well, I hope it's a boy.
Can you do one where Bob sees it's a boy?
Yeah. Bang! It's blue. Oh, yeah! Woo! Yes! Oh, my God. I could play catch with him. I can tell him everything. Oh my Lord, he's gonna love Sylvester Stallone movies. Like
later, his son comes up and goes, "And you said here you were gonna play catch with me, Dad."
What the heck? A broken what now? Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a good callback. Oh, Bobby, just be happy that you're having a healthy kid. That was like, to me, we just hope it's healthy was media training for dads that don't want to have daughters.
Aww.
They were like, well, we just really hope that it's healthy, whatever it is.
I would want to have a daughter.
I would too. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be dope to have a daughter, says a guy who's not having any kids.
OMG.
Yeah.
We were at the park the other day. Sitting on our blanket under our shade tree, looking at the gorgeous coastline.
We're like, hate them. What? Hate them. Do you see this? You see this crap? They just always talking about looking at a coastline. Hate them.
It was very nice.
It was beautiful.
We were up on a hill.
Yeah.
And we could see down over the rest of the park. There was this little girl.
Oh, so
probably 5, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say like 4 to 6.
Wearing calf-high rain boots. Yeah. It wasn't raining. No, it was so cute. Yeah. And then there's this section of the park where there's a bunch of humongous logs for people to sit on in a circle.
Yeah.
And so she got up on a couple logs and she was posing and do. And then she was dancing. Yeah. And then she was then she started adding dialogue. I could see her, doing dialogue of it. And then she tells her dad, she's there with her dad. Her dad has 2 dogs on a leash and he's just standing there quietly watching her. Yeah. And she starts wanting a bigger stage. Mm-hmm. So she needs more logs aligned together. Yeah. So to her credit, she starts pushing this log. And I mean, this log is heavy. Probably 500 pounds.
No, but
no, yeah. How much?
Because she pushed it. So I would say 50, 60 pounds. Okay. 500 pounds. We actually may need to ensnare this girl with a net because she may be a mutant. 500 pounds and she's moving the log. Heather, you really believe in this little girl? Because I don't know.
I could see how much effort she was
like
putting into the push.
That's like an NFL lineman level, like trench push. And then you're like, this little girl, she's in rain boots. The log is, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 pounds. She picks it up over her head and threw it at me. And I go, yes, she's an X-Man. She's in the X-Men.
So she pushes this log, and then her dad really actually puts all the logs over there together. And so now she has a big stage. Oh,
he pulled a tree right out of the ground and he said, what is it with these guys? They seem crazy strong, don't they? Arnold. Oh no! I just noticed I was doing a bit of an Arnold strain. No, lost it. Yeah, she was cute as a button. Actually, sometimes here, I would say cute kid capital.
Oh, yeah,
could be this neighborhood. Oh, there's just so many little fun kids running around.
Little boy, probably 3, with his grandma. Remember? And she said, "Blow him a kiss," and he blew.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was just like, "Oh my goodness."
Right. I said, if they ever need an adoptive family for that boy, I'll adopt him. I will adopt him. Yesterday we saw a little girl. She was just on her bike. I mean, a lot of times they just look so cinematically kid-like.
Yeah.
Like she's riding up a hill. First off, I was like, she's riding up a hill, which is hard.
Yeah.
So she's cruising, but she's like, she's got on overalls, and she's also wearing the rain boots.
Well, that must be.
And she has a cat-eared, bicycle helmet.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, that's pretty much that's just as cute as you can be, really.
Yeah. So I guess the style here in San Francisco is, I was going to say rain boots, but
we'll find out this is some little kid shop where they go, it's bespoke rain boots, it's cat-eared bicycle helmets, it's overalls.
I like it.
Everything pre-worn. This is actually a World War II denim. Came out of a factory whenever the women had to take over the factory jobs while the men fought the Nazis. And you can just kind of feel that.
I actually like that, because I'm not going to that store, but if those parents are taking their kids to that store and making them look like they're out of a scene in a movie for me, my eyeballs to watch, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it makes the world a little cuter.
Yeah.
I go for it. Mm-hmm. Go for it. Not like me when I was a kid. I'm wearing shorts that I got at a Salvation Army and a Who Farted t-shirt.
Yeah, I had an oversized Betty Boop shirt.
Yeah, also at a Salvation Army.
Kmart shoes for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That apparently made my feet stink so much that my cousin threw me in a trash can.
That'll traumatize you. You're like, I stink and got thrown in trash. But at the same time, I go, haven't we all?
Yeah.
You got to get, I just mean, you got to have something.
In summertime Florida, when it's raining and you're walking in the wet and you don't have any little socks on your feet.
Every kid in Florida's got trench foot they're in World War I.
We're all little stinky popsicle kids.
Oh, yeah. I was absolutely a popsicle kid. I mean, because our generation was outside the whole day. Mm-hmm. You're going to come in stinking like an old onion.
Yep.
I remember, here's how you know you hit the stink phase, when your mom just politely, if you have a polite mom, I'm sure everybody didn't have this, but where she's just first step is she just buys deodorant and just places it in they're it's almost like watching, as a zoo person, you're will they kind of, are they going to be interested? Maybe kind of play with it. Yeah.
Pull the little
when I was a kid, the thing I wanted, because again, all I ever did was want stuff, and everything was it just didn't make sense, because I could get this one for probably $1.
I don't know what you're
doing. It's going up. It's a little.
You're
stick.
Doing it
it's
this
just
behind
a
you.
Stick. The stick one.
This is
scene work, and that's a stick.
You're doing it away. The camera can't see what you're doing behind your.
It's a calculator deodorant. You know that. No, it's a stick. It's the roller at the bottom.
Just do
I would never hold a deodorant and do that. I would hold it this way. That's correct.
That's weird. I would do it like that. On.
But all I wanted when I was young was spray.
Oh.
And it was just too expensive. It was not going to happen. Also, they were I'm sure at one point they probably got it for me. And I'm sure they immediately saw the error in that, because I'm sure I sprayed that on me, on everything. I'm probably spraying it any time.
Kind of sweaty.
I also very much wanted Banaka. I really wanted and when I finally got it, I was not great, not great. But yeah, I wanted, because you saw it in movies. I was such a little movie kid that I was like, you'd see, remember Home Alone? He does. I was like, yeah, I want some spray, Banaka, everything, Dumb and Dumber.
When I said this actually earlier this morning, we were listening to music, and I said, I guess you and I really soaked in every single piece of media that said California. Yeah. The coast. Yeah. That's where you belong. Everything that was set in California, and I would watch as a kid, I would be like, yes.
And everybody did. Like, I watched 90210 with my sister. I think I was just like, how do I get these things? Like, how can I? And I'm still here just trying to get these things. Dylan lived at the beach. I go, whenever he was skipping school, I remember as a kid, they were like, you're skipping school. I go, he drives a Porsche drop top and lives at the beach. What is school for other than to socialize?
Right.
He's one. However his situation is this. And then every once in a while they show you like a mean dad. I go, I don't care. I live at the beach.
He doesn't even live with his dad. His dad comes to his house, his beautiful mid-century modern in the Hollywood Hills bungalow.
With like wood panel on the outside. It was beautiful. Yes. And they'd be like, oh, but his dad's so mean. I go, I don't care if his dad closed. And this is real. I don't care if to have that house and have that car. If I had to have a dad that closed fist punched me in the face 3 times a year, I'd go, yeah. Like that's how I'd present it. I go, yeah, my dad will close fist punch me in the face. But I just got
only 3 times a year.
3 times a year. How many times do you see him? About 3 times. About 3 times a year. I don't care. I won't even accept that as a trauma. They go, oh, isn't that? I go, no, it doesn't even break my stride. Have you seen my house? Come on. This thing's beautifully restored.
I'm handsome.
Yeah.
I'm rich. I got a great personality.
The whole show revolves around every girl on it wants me.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 times I get punched.
Same with California Dreamin'. They're just walking out their house going to the beach.
Absolutely.
Summer school, you gotta go for the ditch. You gotta, if you're at school looking out the window at the waves, you gotta go for the ditch.
And I watched Summer School a lot as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Because when you're a kid, you just watch them over and over and over. Even like Surf Ninjas, like all those kind of movies.
Brink.
I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. Big time Brink.
Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah, Gleaming the Cube. All these things and more. Like there was, because that's why I'm like, we've covered this before, but I'm like, you got to bring it back to California. That's what we want to see. California and New York. That's what we want to see. Some Chicago mixed in. John Hughes covered like the Chicago area really nicely.
I'd watch a movie set in Miami.
That's fun. Any of those places.
Yeah.
We're just
any beautiful place.
It is crazy. I don't think that we're that far. We seem, I'm sure, lunacy level to anyone who's not living out here. I don't actually think we're that much more nuts. I think most of us who like the West Coast really like it.
Yeah, I think we all just really have such appreciation for the beauty that we can't shut up about it.
Can't shut up about it. Yeah. And it's also like when people are like, how do you deal with it? And I go, you deal with it because like yesterday when you're just standing at the beach, it's the same area. There are areas in Florida that I'm like, look, I'm sure, and you're paying a premium for those areas. It's the same. Like if you live in Miami, if you live at the beach in Florida, you're paying a lot more than where we grew up in Florida. A lot more. It's worth it. You know what I mean? Even with all the headache, they go, oh my God, why would you want to deal with like the insurance hassles and all these things? I go, because it's worth it, man. Like it's nice to be able to walk to, I mean, we walk to a park that overlooks the ocean. You can walk down to the beach. There's certain things that I go, you can't, I mean, you can put a price on them. They do. But even as regular people, because we're not rich, it's like, that's where it's worth it to us.
We watched 2 things recently. Oh, the Thursday Murder Club and the wedding episode of Love is Blind. They were both set in the rolling hills of England.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Stunning.
Yeah, very green, very lush.
I was just begging to go there. I gotta see this.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. There's so many places that we just see and I love watching TV and movies for different settings too. I need the B-roll to be gorgeous.
Absolutely. Yeah. You often said you're like, I think the best job, like my absolute dream job would actually be director for the B-roll unit. Like,
second unit director.
Like just going out there and putting together the connective tissue from scene to scene, with the visual language.
How fun would that be?
Honestly, I do think that is probably a huge strength of yours.
I just get to go to the park and video that girl and go, can you sign a release?
You're really good. Because I look at like whenever you take a photo versus when I take a photo. And I do see, I go, oh yeah, you just understand composition much better than I think a lot of people do. It's just visually interesting the way you shoot stuff. Because I take those same photos like of the same type of thing. Like I see it. I cannot do it in the photo. I can't ever get what I'm seeing.
There's this Instagram account I follow that says what I see versus what I take. And it's one of my favorites. I love seeing both of the things.
Yeah.
I love seeing the whole visual
Like
from
the
your
wide of
eyeballs.
just everything.
You know, this.
Yeah.
And what you hone in on
Yeah.
and saw in that huge scene
Yeah.
that would make that
I think
photo.
I could describe what
you are
listen, this is what
great at
I'm
describing.
seeing, and this is what it makes me feel. I do not know how, that's why, like you, a director of photography, you know, I go, you know, you got to get it. I don't know, you know, this is what I am trying, this is what the feeling it elicits in me, and this is what I'm seeing to get there. I cannot do it myself. I don't know why.
We always work with our friend Mario.
Yeah.
He does our director of photography for anything that we do. And I'm so bummed because the last time we shot something together, just like the whole night didn't work out. And it was such a
Bad wolf.
It was
stuff.
high concept, low budget, and it just couldn't mesh. You know what I mean? Those are some of my favorite shots we have ever done together.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so beautiful. When I watch them back, I wish I could figure out in my head how to put the story together that you
I think you
with
should
what
at
I
least
had,
maybe
but-
like cut a reel of them.
Yeah.
Like just because
Oh
there
my
were
goodness.
some really fun, creative shots that you guys
Yeah.
got in that.
Yeah.
And that whole night, it was, I mean, honestly, it's almost like the whole night we knew this is not going to end up being a thing. This is not going to get
It was
to be
like
a thing.
so fun that night. It was a horrible night. It wasn't
Terrible
a fun night at all.
No, I
but to
hated it.
me, when Mario and I were talking about what I was
Yeah.
imagining and how to make the lighting, and he would,
Yeah.
when it
You
would
got-
come
yeah,
together,
you got
I was
some
just like,
great stuff. You really, really did. That's why I said the next thing that we make, if we ever make another thing, I'd like to do comedy. I want to lean all the way into the thing that makes me the happiest, which is comedy.
Yeah.
Because filmmaking sucks.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome and it sucks at the same time.
yeah. I read earlier today about this Lithuanian man who lives in Spain.
Yeah.
He faked a heart attack 20 different times at high-end restaurants to get out of paying his bill.
Yeah.
He would order everything that was expensive, lobster, champagne,
Yeah.
And then as soon as they brought
Just
the bill,
clutch his chest.
he would clutch his chest and fake a heart attack, and then they would take him out, and that 20 times until he somehow,
That's so fun.
they
That could
got
only
caught.
happen in other countries. That could never be the scam that you ran here.
Oh, goodness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Unless
can't
you had a
fake-
fake name, I guess.
Maybe. Because if you fake a heart attack and they call an ambulance, I go, you're going to pay more for that ambulance ride than you would have for that high-end meal. You really could go crazy at a like Michelin starred place, and you probably wouldn't hit like what that ambulance bill is
Right.
going to be if you're just one person.
Yeah.
You know?
When we were at the Addison and they brought over the night's menu, then we were just like,
It is weird
Yeah.
to go to a place that you're already like, I am playing so far above my weight class. And they come over and go, hey, we're doing this little special thing. We can do, what was it, truffle on every, we did a
Right.
truffle experience.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking with my Applebee's brain. I go, okay, I guess we could do like, bottomless shrimp or something. Like, what's that going to be, like a $10.95 type deal, upcharge, something like that. But we get to keep the cup or something. Get to keep the shrimp and spoon, something like that. And then he said $8.95, and I was just like, oh, I think we'll just have to do the regular, staggeringly expensive. And he's like, that's okay. That's okay. And I go, I don't know if this is how we should all be made to feel. You see, we're here for an anniversary. Go to that one person who's sitting by himself who's just a foodie. He'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, he'll do it. Like, that's who he is. We are regular trying to expand ourselves. We're already like nervous. It's weird to go to a dining experience and be like, I'm nervous. I go, you should be nervous.
yeah.
I'm dining.
I was so nervous. And then I just felt like, it's okay to just ask how to eat this.
That was actually the nicest thing. The Addison, I stand by, it was absolutely worth it because it was more than just food. It was experiential. It was everything. But it did show me, it actually taught me a very valuable life lesson. I was like, just ask. A lot of times they would preemptively tell you, but I was like, just ask, any what's the best way to eat this? That sounds so stupid, but it's like, I don't know. They're giving you all these flavor profiles, like in this way that you've never, if you're regular, you're like, I ain't never done this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is the best way? And sometimes they'd be like, you want to dive all the way down with the spoon and come up from the bottom. Like, it's, again, like you hear that and you go, duh. And it's like, it ain't a duh. Trust me, you're looking at it. I ate a soup there that I go, is it supposed to sting?
It was
and they go,
stinging
yeah,
nettle.
it's stinging nettles. And I said,
That's crazy, right?
stinging nettles like grass almost. Like, is this a bit? You know what I mean? But one thing I will say, because you think that you're going to go to these places, and the running joke is like, and I'm still hungry. You want to get a burger? It's like, no, I was stuffed. It was so many courses, and it was not tiny. You know, they were bringing out like tons of stuff, like tons of stuff. Even your last thing, like the dessert was like multiple desserts per person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were giving you your money's worth as far as the experience and the food. I mean, it was lights out.
And then they gave us some sort of brittle as a little gift. It was, it was delicious.
We've had some, every once in a while we'll splurge for a dining experience, and it's been lights out. Like Niku Steakhouse here, lights out. Like, I don't know if it has a Michelin star, but it feels like a place that could, because its service was top notch.
We even they have a butcher shop next door, and they do cook hamburgers. And let me tell you, I have never, the burger was, I've never had a hamburger that didn't taste, the mouthfeel. It was amazing. Sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's like you can't fully
feel like hamburger meat.
Every once in a while I'll have like my little country mouse moment where I'm like, wow, okay, yeah. Because my family didn't even eat out at like, restaurants at all, really, that much. Pizza Friday was kind of the big thing. That was like our big win. McDonald's every once in a while, stuff like that. So every once in a while I will sit there and just be like, this is absolutely nuts. Even like the Addison. If you had been like, and they take you out there on a thing, I go, you're paying more for the ambulance.
Oh yeah, well, also I would assume they're pulling your card out of your, running it, having you sign it as you're being wheeled out.
But even if they're not, it's like you're paying more for the ambulance.
Yeah, big time.
Like when you were a kid and you broke your arm, it was mangled, and your parents were like, we're going to drive. Probably because it's faster. Honestly, probably because it's faster, because you're not waiting for the ambulance.
I definitely remember the railroad tracks stick out in my mind.
But your dad still talks about the fact that like they took you to the hospital, and they were like, oh, we need to take her to the kid hospital. We need to take her by ambulance because she's already been checked in here. And then they charged them for the ambulance. And that was 20 plus years ago, 30 plus years ago, 40 plus years ago, 50 plus years ago. This is 70 years ago. Turn of the century. And you're there. Dust Bowl. No. But he's like, that ain't right. And I was like, that isn't right. That's how much they cost, though, that he's like, I can't get past this. My whole life, they were like, don't call an ambulance. Then all of a sudden, my family became like, just call an ambulance. My family calls ambulances like they're calling an Uber. Like, they're like, put it on my tab. That's one thing that comes with like, I ain't never paying that. I can't pay that. There is a freedom. I always say like, either be really rich or be so poor. If you're poor enough, they go, we'll sue you. You go, have fun. I'm untouchable.
Yep.
You call an ambulance. Call 10 ambulances. I don't care. When my dad was sick, like that bill was so high. I was like, I was like, oh my God. I just remember being like, it's almost like nobody signed nothing. They're coming around. They go, is this your dad? I go, I refuse to answer for fear of incriminating myself. I don't want to, like, nobody here is taking on any, like, my dad was like, nobody, it's just me. I saw a thing recently, the person had medical debt, and her parents had been together for 40 years, and it made more sense for them to divorce because they had assets. See, my family had no assets, like no house, no nothing to protect. Then they would come, I feel like, in some way and try to backdoor and like take everything that they had. It's already gone, baby. It was never there. But this person had it, and she was saying like how sad. She was like, honestly, it's sad. But really I give her mom and dad credit for being smart, because some people are like, so I'm like, don't be. You love each other. You're married. They were like, let's get a divorce. Leave it all on me. You get that. They made sure her mom had the house in the divorce. All the assets went to her mom, but she's her own person now. So she's like, I think it's sad that their 40 plus year marriage had to end in divorce. Right. But I hope to have, like, this is the type of love you want, because like my dad wants to make sure my mom's okay and not catching, know, all this stuff for his care, ruining her for the rest of her life. And I thought, greatest country in the world. Right? You hear those stories and you go, greatest country in the world. I can't even clutch my chest here to get a free steak dinner. Is that not the greatest country? Getting a little bit of free tapas? If I just go, oh boy. Like, and they go, oh. That reminds me of like the Salvador Dali thing I told you about, where he was known to go out and have huge dinner parties at restaurants all over the world. Yeah. And whenever the bill would come, he would simply do a one-off sketch. That was it. Bill paid. He wouldn't sign anything. He would just sign the bill. with a drawing, and that would be worth more than him paying. So it became like a thing that he was kind of notorious for. They're like, yeah, he's not paying. Like he's not, you bring in the bill, he's going to draw on it, and then that'll be worth something. That's a great life, right? You're like, I'm doing my art, people are digging it, and I get to just kind of never pay for a meal.
Yeah.
But what I liked is I go, he's not even just doing it for himself, he's taking everybody.
He's doing his art, eating at restaurants for free, twisting his mustache.
Constantly twisting that sash.
Living the good life.
Living the great life. But yeah, get them free meals.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I would be doing if anybody cared. I'd be like, I'll just clutch my chest. Just not here. I wonder, I don't know. Here I feel like that you got to do something more extreme. I feel like
you got to start a fire in the bathroom.
Like when the foodie's at the Addison, right? Because we saw a couple people solo. I go, we're not worried they're going to run. Like they go to the bathroom, they're not like, oh boy.
Maybe they have one of those like buttons that the hostess pushes, and a thing comes down like you're in a bank robbery.
Yeah.
A cage
they put a
you.
dye pack in your Caesar salad. We just had a feeling. We had a feeling we weren't going to pay.
We went to look at one final house before we really put the nail in the coffin of we're going to continue to rent.
Yeah.
We just had to see this house in person.
It was a really, really great house.
It was a mirage for sure. It's one of those ones that you think, oh, could I really afford this? And you go, nope.
No,
you cannot.
We kind of thought, we were like, given the area, given the house, we were like, are they pricing it lower to get a bunch of traffic in?
Probably, yes.
To run it up.
Yeah. But you know what got me was that they had an open house on one weekend, and then it was still having a second open house and I was like, that's so weird that it didn't already.
Is this really maybe the price?
Right. So we were like, let's just go see it in person so we can just let it go and then stop looking at all.
We kind of thought like, hey, what if we go and it's kind of a ghost town showing, you know, and not even thinking like, hey, we're going to strong arm a lower price. We're just like, can we get it at the price it's marked? And of course we get there and it's already like bustling. I have yet to meet a realtor that I dig on. Like I just, it is not, I just ain't an archetype. It ain't an archetype that I like. You're always kind of gatekeeping somebody else's nice thing. First off, I go, this ain't your house. Like you may have a nice home, but this ain't your house. But they always say stuff to you. They have the energy of the women in that scene from Pretty Woman where they won't help her. Right? They're always just like, yes, and then that would be this, and then that unto this as well.
You probably can't even comprehend this.
Yeah, maybe you don't know about that, but potentially you could do this, maybe looking up and down, that kind of energy. Because the guy, I heard
a real larkspur energy.
Yeah, we heard him talking to a couple there. And he goes, well, in Oakland, what we'll do is that would be the marketing price. And the anticipation would be you would pay 10 to 20% above that to actually procure the home. He's saying stuff like procure. I'm like, shut up. Like, you know what I mean? And he's like going on. Like I heard at one point, he goes, yeah, I'm a mutt. I'm French. Meanwhile, full American accent. I'm French. I go, shut up. You know, just shut up. I've yet to meet a person who bought a house, at least in California, but I think anywhere at this point, where you go, hey, my top end of my budget. I go, so that's what you bought the house for, right? Right? Like I've never seen somebody go, our budget's $450 to $650, and I go, you paid about what, $679? Yeah, $679. Yeah, we did a little stretching, because even to your own realtor, it's like you have to go $50K shy of whatever your actual true. That is my line in the sand number. You know, I cannot feel comfortable going higher than that.
But they got a finagler back there, somebody who will,
I know you'll get me approved, you know, or I'll get myself approved. What I can get approved for that is not what I am comfortable spending. That's the other thing you learn with age. We did not know that when we were young, but now we know, you know. So to have somebody just kind of like, it's always this. It's always holding an elbow, just say, like, it's a famous architect. And I said to you, I know one architect. I hate to take you to task on this, but don't nobody know nothing about no architecture, okay? We know one. What is it, Frank Lloyd Wright? That's the one guy. I couldn't, gun to my head, I couldn't tell you another one. I would literally be like, oh. But to say they're famous, I go, MC Hammer's famous. I'm in Oakland. MC Hammer's. If you said this is MC Hammer's house, I'd be like, hold on. Really? Holy smokes. This is E40's house? Oh, okay. All right, now I'm intrigued. Yeah. Like, I just say it was an architect that built it. The second we walk in, we're listening, earshot, and he goes, now they do already have an offer in today. We are taking backup offers. So your best and final would be best course of action. And I go, first off, I don't trust you. I feel like it's being interrogated by the police and you're allowed to lie. You ain't got no
they
DNA.
are. Yeah, they are.
You ain't got no DNA on me. We've sold a house. We know that any little clunker of an offer comes in, you go, we have multiple offers. Meanwhile, it's like crazy guy who picks up rats out of the street, left a note in your mailbox. Like, I buy house. They go, yeah, we have a pretty serious buyer.
I don't want to get into a bidding war.
That is
such a. I go. I not really want to waste my time.
First off, war is in the title. When I think of me in a bidding war, I think of me showing up with a slingshot and an army showing up, and I go, yeah, I don't want to throw a bottle at a tank. I don't got a war chest. You know, a bidding war, I'm at the top, dude. I'll be honest. I was willing to reach for a dream. If this dream isn't exactly at this mark, I don't want to go higher. What we can get approved for and what I feel, I hit a certain number, I go, now I got I'm really stressing this. Nothing worse than watching the repo man through my glass house like, yeah, they're coming. I can see. It's all windows. They can see us. We could duck down, but they can see us. Oh, boy. Yeah. Here for the house. Fogging up. Sorry. Here for the house. Ah, boy. Yeah. Reach too far. I'm sorry. What? It's actually, I can't hear you great. I'll be out in a second. I'll be out in a second. Yeah. Hey, dare to dream. Dare to dream. Get you guys something to drink? You know, because I feel like that's how, I'm like, what am I going to do? Barricade myself? It's a glass house.
Yep.
I have yet to be impressed by a realtor where I felt like, I go, just greet people with they never have information when you need it. They always seem to be baffled that you'd have questions. Like, oh, I don't know. We could look at I go, know your product. Yeah. Your product is this house. I would know that thing inside and out. I wouldn't just say one thing about an architect. I'd be like, dude, I know about what the fire insurance tends to run here for the extra. I know this. I know that. What do you need to know? Well,
there was a couple that I thought was going to buy our house the first day.
Yeah.
And I thought, why isn't our realtor our house had a new HVAC, new paid off solar, new electrical, so many new plumbing. Yeah. She didn't mention any of that stuff, but she did really talk about how they had to sign in and she wasn't their realtor did they have a realtor and if they don't have a realtor, and really spent too much time talking about that.
And then how do we know that? Because we listened to you on Ring Doorbells.
Oh, yeah.
I said that off the cuff to somebody. They go, how'd you hear all these conversations? I said, I sat down the street. I'm I'm a cop in one of those stakeout vans, and my mom's in town visiting and she's just in the back seat while Heather and I just go what? They said they're going to replace the windows as their original window. What? Oh, God, I hope they go to the back door where we can hear on that Ring doorbell. I can't hear. Switch to the back door cam. Okay, there they are. What? Oh, I hate these people. Don't buy this house. Do not buy this house. Oh, I hope they're going to buy the house. Yeah, just walk. Everybody does it. That's why I'm like, don't walk in people's houses and disrespect. I would never walk in somebody's house and disrespect it. You know, I'll get in the car and disrespect it. I get in the car and go, oh, boy. Piece of shit. Not a good house. Not a good house. What were they thinking?
If we could just take a step back away from it and kind of look at it as a whole, this all doesn't go together.
Yeah. And if we could take a step back and kind of take a look at it as a whole, that's a giant hole to the outside. So you're missing wall. So I'm wondering why I would pay you $750,000.
It was really, I think the reason I went to look at this house, if I'm really being honest with myself, is we went from looking at houses that were missing a wall
to now we
can afford a house that's missing the wall but replaced with glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just made, I think it was just to make myself feel
like, all right,
good about myself.
Yeah, you've leveled up a bit, even if maybe you're like, hey, not enough because they're going to move the goal line again. I think that's where you have to get into do you really want to? You know, and I think we're, it's honestly TBC because with us, we're like,
never know.
Look, we made a hard decision. And we're just gonna rent, and then it'll be 2 months later. We're like, so we're in our new place, because we are we roll with whatever we're feeling.
Yeah. Any more thoughts, feelings, or jokes?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I love you.
I love you.
We didn't hit record. We didn't hit record.